What every CEO can learn from Weight Watchers. I help companies implement better strategies, help them execute their strategies. I feel strategies are a little bit like New Year's resolutions. We make them at the beginning of the year, and then a few months later we forget about them. We go back to normal. This is actually the same for business strategies and great plans they put in place. Very often we develop them once a year and then we forget about them because life gets in the way. So what is interesting is that people who make New Year's resolutions at the beginning of the year and then join Weight Watchers tend to lose more weight and tend to keep it off for longer. And you think, why would that be? What do they do differently, and what can companies learn from this? Basically, the first thing when you join Weight Watchers is that you are, there's a higher level of commitment because you're now joining a group and you have goals that you're working on together. You have individual goals, but you're as a group striving towards the same overall goal. You want to lose some weight and get fitter and healthier. The second thing that happens is you will then develop a weight loss plan. So the guys from Weight Watchers will sit down with you and you say, okay, what do you want to achieve? Where are you today? Where would you like to get to in the next 6 months or so? And then you will map out your plan and put some milestones in place. Afterwards, you will then develop a few performance indicators for your weight loss. So you will measure. So the first thing you do is you step on scales, they will measure your weight, they will measure your measurements at certain parts of your body, and they will also measure your body fat percentage. So they have a set of metrics that you are then able to track. And each time you go back to those meetings, you will step on the scales again, you will get measured. So there's continuous feedback and continuous measurement. What then happens is that you will probably realize maybe one week you didn't lose enough weight or you didn't meet your milestones. Then you sit down and you say, okay, this hasn't worked, what do I need to do differently? So you get continuous support too on how you exercise better, how you eat healthier. And those components for me is something companies can learn from. When I work with businesses to help them implement better performance management approaches, we follow a very similar process. We say, okay, first you want to identify your weight loss plan, or saying, what do you want to achieve as a business? Where do you want to get to? What is the plan? What are the key milestones? And then you get everyone excited about it and get them behind this so they all join in this journey. Once you've done this, you then want to develop good indicators. And instead of simply just measuring everything that's easy to measure, like in Weight Watchers' case, I could just get all the scales and measure my weight. But they realize that only measuring weight is not good enough because it doesn't give you a benchmark. So what they will do is they will monitor body mass index, which puts your weight in relation to your height. And it also gives you areas of good, basically underweight, overweight, where obesity starts. So you can put your weight relative to your target and where you want to be. So the numbers become much more meaningful. The other thing they added to the body mass index is the body fat percentage, because they realized even if people look quite skinny, the problem is they can have lots of fatty tissues around their inner organs, so they can still have lots of body fat. So this is another indicator you want to measure. So this is again what companies need to do. They need to figure out what are the right indicators that will help me track progress towards my goal. And then the last part is that you have these continuous performance improvement sessions where you meet up, you look at the data, you measure your progress, but then you have a discussion about what you can do differently. So these discussions are not backwards looking, they're not about punishing someone that hasn't delivered on their weight loss. It's all about identifying what they need to do differently in the future. And this is what good performance management is all about. Identifying a plan, sharing this, getting everyone behind this, having good indicators in place that allow you to monitor the plan, and then have continuous performance discussions that will actually help you deliver and execute this. And if businesses do this well, they will, like Weight Watchers, become more successful in delivering their plan. If you would like to learn more, head to my website at bernardmar.com, where you can find tons of articles, white papers and videos that will give you a lot more insights into real-world case studies and examples.